I need to stop. I've been doing too much, I've been running too fast, I've been testing my luck. I've been living cloud nine, I've been at it all night, I've been feeling so loved. I've been waking up lit, I've been making up shit, I've been spilling my guts. I've been feeling so blessed, but stressed all day, so I'm living out my dreams like every night.
We're back at it again to continue on our drive shaft. So I took the rear part of it out, the front part, and you see these holes. I need to drill them out to a 12mm diameter to fit these bolts through. They are the bolts that fit the Guibo, so the bigger Guibo from an E36. Well, not the bigger Guibo, the Guibo has bigger holes in it than the stock E28 drive shaft. They use smaller bolts, and yeah, basically if I use the bolts that fit into here, then they don't fit nicely into the Guibo, so I'm gonna drill them out. Another way to avoid vibration. So and then I also got the bolts in from BMW right here, these ones that like square. I need for the center support bearing right there. So as I explained you, one in each slider. These bolts cost 5.6 euros a piece for just such a little bolt. So I went to the dealer for like 10 bolts. I had to pay 50 euros. I was like, what? A little bit ridiculous if you ask me, but hey, oh look what we have here. My little companion. So yeah, I'm gonna drill them out and then install it in the car, and then the drive shaft is also finally finished. And I should have an appointment with an exhaust shop to do my exhaust in the next coming 2 weeks. So yeah, really excited about that, and then basically the car is finished. So this is the setup that I used. So put it on a table as flat as possible and then drill the holes out from this side, because on this side you don't have enough space to put the drill in the right angle. So open them up to 12mm. Now these bolts slide in nice and snug. And here I finally did the O2 sensor, which I've talked about for like 5 episodes. Finally got around to doing it. So yeah, we're gonna plug that in, and then that is done also. Welcome back to a new episode of Easy Shit Goes Wrong. So I ordered driveshaft bolts from BMW. These ones, they are M12 and times 1.5 thread width, whatever it is. But I forgot to order the bolts for them, the nuts for them at BMW. Okay, my bad. So I went to the hardware store and got these guys. M12 times 1.5 nuts, and they don't fit for some reason. So yeah, I don't know what BMW does with these bolts, that you have to go get the nuts with them. Very smart, but so yeah, basically I'll guess I'll have to order nuts from BMW, but it's Friday now, so I can only have them ordered Monday and get them in on Tuesday. So that's yeah, 4 days that I can't drive this thing because of some fucking stupid nuts. Alright guys, the driveshaft issue is fixed. So I basically went to the hardware store again, got different bolts that match the thread size of those nuts that I bought. And so there aren't real BMW driveshaft bolts into the car, but that shouldn't really be an issue. So that is done as well. And yeah, so basically it's ready for the first test drive. So yeah, I'm curious. So yeah, that's about it. I'm just kidding. Luckily, I hope that doesn't happen to me. That karma isn't gonna hit me with a stick. That was just a random video I found on YouTube. I don't actually have in-car footage yet, but that will come soon. So I'm just now gonna show you some drive-bys. Alright, we're back from our first test drive, and basically everything is good. It did not get hot, no strange noises. There was just one thing, and that is with my clutch setup. It feels like I can push the clutch in too far, so that the throwout bearing and the clutch, the flex plate actually can be pushed that far in that it touches the clutch plate. That's how it sounds like. So I think I'm just gonna adjust the clutch to where I can't push in the pedal that far, because when I don't push it that far I can shift without any noises or problems. So it's a bit of a strange issue, but I'm just gonna solve it like that for now and see what the culprit is of that. But it drives, pulls strong, so yeah, I'm really happy. Okay guys, so to continue this video, I want to be on this channel. I want to be really clear with you guys about how much everything costs, and in general just the prices of everything. So that's why I'm gonna make an overview of the M50 swap. So basically what everything has costed me. So the main part is obviously the M50 engine with the gearbox. Usually these go for around €1,000, at least where I'm from Belgium. Everything in this list is going to largely depend on where you're from and what the market is, but over here like €1,000 is a normal price for a good engine with the gearbox. Then the engine mounts. Of course, if you're an experienced fabricator, you can make this yourself and then they don't cost really that much, but I haven't done that. So for me, the engine supports cost €216. Then I had to buy a drive shaft because yeah, the stock one did not fit, and that cost me €75, which is an average price for a drive shaft. Could be cheaper, people could ask more for it, but it's an acceptable amount for a drive shaft. Of course, if you're going down the custom route, then yeah, €75 isn't going to get you anywhere. But yeah, that's not really needed. But if you go that route, then you're looking at 500 plus or something. But yeah, that's as far as we're going to discuss that. Then if you're changing the engine, there's a good chance you have to change out your differential because the ratios will be off. Usually over here an open E28 differential goes for about €150. Again, will very much depend on where you're from. And if you change your diff, there's a good chance you have to change your axles, because on my I had a 589 with the smallest axles, and when you're going to a lot more horsepower you need thicker axles, so you have to keep that in mind as well. I did not have to pay for the axles because I got them in a parts car, but usually if you're going to go look for a set of thick axles, anywhere in between 50 to €150. Also, if you're in America, a lot of 535i's there, so those parts will be cheaper than over here. Over here, you're hardly gonna find any 535 parts like the thick axles and such. So over here it's going to be very expensive, but somewhere else it won't. Then the radiator, I used just an E36 radiator. That's the best thing you can do. Yeah, if you got it together with the swap, then it's free, of course. But yeah, new radiators go from anywhere to. I've done a little bit of research. They go from anywhere between 30 and to 300 euros for an OEM E36 radiator with air conditioning. So yeah, for 300 euros I would not buy an OEM one. For 300 euros you can buy a nice aluminium aftermarket one. But yeah, they go for as cheap as 30 euros. Don't know if that's something I would recommend, but so everything in there between you'll find something. Then I've also noted the air filter on my list, so the intake air filter, because the standard airbox from an M50 engine, you could make it fit, but it's not that easy. You're better off just yeah, taking a sport air filter. And then you're off anywhere between 20 euros to 150 euros for a nice K&N cold air intake. So that's completely up to you. I haven't gone down that route because I think it's really expensive K&N and for what it is, and I'm gonna make a cold air intake in a future video myself. So and then we have the exhaust, which is again depending on your skill level. If you're well equipped and experienced welder, you will be able to do this yourself for, I believe, well, a straight pipe will only cost you like 50 bucks on pipes. If you want some dampers and silencers, it's gonna be a little bit more, but you should be good for around 200 to 300 euros, I believe. Now I'm going to have a custom exhaust made, and that is going to cost me 880 euros. So a complete stainless steel from the front to back, with 2 silencers and the option to with a V-bend at the rear to get a straight pipe instead of the rear silencer. Plus I added a Schmiedmann exhaust manifold in stainless steel that set me back 220 euros. So my whole exhaust will have cost me 1,100 euros. That's quite a lot, but yeah, sometimes I'm going to be able to use this exhaust on my M52 swap as well. So I was like, okay, I'll spend the money and get something decent that will last. But that's completely up to you. And then we have to see, there are a couple of miscellaneous parts, like some bolts that you'll have to replace, some filters, the fluids, the coolant and the oils, and stuff that you will need to fix the wiring. Everything apart, not that expensive, but it adds up fairly quickly, so you're looking at about 100 to 200 euros yeah, in those things. So everything added up, the best case scenario, so where you do the exhaust and all stuff yourself, I come to the swap of around 1,600 euros, but that really is best case scenario. If you have to replace something breaks, that immediately will go up. For me, with what I have done with the exhaust and everything, I will be close to 3,000 euros for this swap, which is okay. But then again, 3,000 euros for just an M50 swap with 190 horsepower, if you look at it like that, it's not the best deal. There are better things to do out there, but still, yeah, as I said numerous times before, it largely depends on your skill level and what you want to achieve with the car. So, so yeah, if you're thinking about doing this swap, make sure to have around 2,000 euros on hand, so you're somewhat comfortable in making your choices. And yeah, so I'd say think before you buy something, so that you yeah, you have your budget laid out, see what you can do, and then go from there. But so yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you guys about the pricing. I'm going to make a proper full video of how to really M50 swap an engine into your E28, because my previous videos I showed you how I've done it, but I haven't really done an explanation, and in the next few weeks that video will come up. It's a lot of work, but it should be a guide for basically anyone that has never worked on a car to be able to swap an engine. So I'm really forward to making that episode. I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well, because it really will be worth it. So yeah, stick with me, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna end the video here, but if I am,
Thank you for watching and I hope to catch you next time.